Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with another update to the Ocean's 11 Ford Falcon Futura. So at this point I've got the body repairs done, and starting with taking a look at the windshield frame. That's now intact and looking pretty good. In the previous video I had someone rightly point out that the Falcon Ranchero and the Futura convertible had totally different shapes to the windshields. So what I did is I left as much of the Promo's windshield base intact as I could. I just basically squared off the tips there so it didn't have the jagged edges. And then I cut the Ranchero's windshield to match and used the angle from the base so that I could get everything lined up. And this should be pretty accurate to the Futura's windshield shape. And kind of taking a look at it from the back, see it squares up nicely with the cowl. Looks pretty good there. And from the front, it still looks pretty good on the trunk. Maybe not quite as sharp as with the cowl, but I'm dealing with some old plastic here, so I'm going to take it as pretty good. And fix the back corner here. What I did was I put a square of plastic on the inside, laminated a thicker piece to the outside of it, held the whole thing together with super glue, and then just sanded it to shape so that as I was sanding, the plastic dust kind of created its own filler. So now it's time to get some paint on this and see what it looks like. Alright, so I used just good old Tester's Flat Black because that covers a multitude of sins, and as you can see, looks like it did the job pretty well. Windshield pillars look pretty smooth. Back corner, there's still a little tiny dent right there, but given the condition of the car, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to leave that just as is, a little extra character on it. So, although it's looking pretty good, it is a little bit flatter than I want, even though Rusty's car didn't have a real good shine to it. So, what I'm going to do is take a paper towel, and I'm just going to buff it out a little bit. So by using a dry paper towel, you can see the difference between the hood and the trunk. It does give a little bit of a sheen, but it doesn't actually gloss it up. So it has that nice patinaed look, which is exactly what I want for Rusty's car. So I'm going to go through, do the whole car same way, and then at that point it should be ready for the trim and the final details to be added. I also got the chassis finished up, and wanted to give it some patina, but didn't want to make it look like a wreck. It was reliable enough to drive, but still kind of an old, not quite beater of a car. I did leave all of the information on the bottom of it because, again, I just thought that was kind of a cool touch. But otherwise, did some rust, painted the exhaust pipe as if that was fairly new. It didn't go too heavy on it, but wanted to give it a little personality. For the axles, I added these white tubes here, because the original wheels that came on the Promo had some spacers attached to the wheels, but the wheels that I'm using, they don't. They're actually recessed. So, see what the front side looks like there. Yeah, again, like the chassis, weathered but not beaten. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that they sat correctly. So with the tubes in here, they actually rest against the back of the wheels and hold those out. There we go. Hold those out where they're supposed to be. And look at it from low angle. You can see a little bit of what I painted underneath. And I think that's looking pretty good. So that's it for the chassis. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was the interior. Because originally my plan was to just paint it and call it good. But then I noticed that in the Ranchero, it's actually got the correct split bench seat that we saw in the movie. And just doing a test fit, it will actually fit exactly like it should. So that was a little too perfect to pass up. I'll cut it right at the base in the back. I'll add back to it. I'll cut the front seats out here. I'll cut out the back patterns and fill those in with some styrene so that everything matches. And then I will have my movie matching interior to go with the exterior. So that's it for this week. Got the body done, got the chassis done. Actually really like that color combination there. So, anyway, but yeah, making some good progress on it. I'll get the interior taken care of in the next few days, and then it'll be time to button everything up. So you can check back then, and thanks for watching.